Hello, welcome. In this lecture, let us discuss about include controller in JMeter. The include controller is used to include external test fragments or test plans from a separate JMX file into your current test plan. It means you have a separate JMX file that you have recorded earlier and you can include this JMX file in your current test plan, so that you no need to create the same script that you have created earlier again. For that purpose, you can use the include controller. It allows you to modularize your JMeter test plan by breaking it into smaller reusable pieces. The include controller will allow you to combine the smaller pieces of JMeter script into a test plan. Now let us understand why use the include controller, or what is the advantage of using include controller. Number one, modular testing. You can divide your large test plan into smaller manageable parts. You can work on small parts and later you can combine. Reusability. Once a section of your test plan is written in one JMX file, it can be reused for different test plans without rewriting the same logic. Collaboration. Multiple people can work on different parts of the test plan independently and later combine them using the include controller. So modular testing, reusability and collaboration, these are important advantages of using include controller. Let us understand a simple example with this picture. Suppose you have a, let us say, e-commerce application where you are purchasing product by logging into a e-commerce app or a e-commerce website. Let us assume you have a e-commerce application and you need to do a login even if you want to view the product, or you want to add the product to the cart, or you want to do a payment and checkout. Whatever you want to do, you need to do login always. Now what you can do is you can record the login script separately and keep it in a separate JMX file. This login test case you can use in all these three different test cases. Before view product, you can include this login test case here, then view the product. Similarly, you can again include the login test case here and then add the product to the cart. Then you can include the login test case here and then do the checkout. It means these three different test cases you anyway need to log in, but no need to copy the same script or you record the same script again and again. Already recorded script you can include using the include controller before these three test cases. It means you can call this login script using include controller and then you can use in these three different test cases as well. Imagine you have a login test that you need to reuse in multiple test plans. Instead of copying and pasting a login logic in each test plan, you can create a separate JMX file for the login process and include it in the other test plans using include controller. As we have discussed in this diagram, you can include the login controller in these three different test cases, so that no need to record the login script again and again, or no need to copy the login script here again and again multiple times. Now let me open the JMeter and practically understand how to use the include controller. So I have opened the JPet store website here. In this case, this is an online shopping website. In this case as well, we can use the include controller for different test cases. For example, to purchase a product or to add the product to the cart, we need to log in here. For example, we need to log in here, right? So we can record this login script first and you can use the login script for other test cases, such as if you want to add the product to the cart, then again you need to log in, right? And also to do the checkout, you need to log in again, right? So here it is one of the good example. What we can do is we can record the login script here first. This is the login, right? And this login we need to do for all other, like if we want to add the product to the cart, we want to do checkout, right? This, if we want to add the product to the cart as well, we need to do the login. And also if we want to do the checkout, again also you need to do the login. So this is one of the good example where you can use the include controller and you can reuse the login script for different other test cases. So in this test plan, First I will add the test fragment, because if we want to include the already recorded JMX file in another test plan, it has to be having a test fragment. So let me enable this test fragment. Under this test fragment, we can add the sampler HTTP request, and this is for login. Right now I will just give sample website here. This is for understanding purpose. You can add a login script also here, right? So I will just use this URL itself. I am not including actual login script, and we can record the actual login script and we can place here. That is not an issue. What we can call it as here is test plan login, right? This is the login script. I will save this login script, right? Login.jmx. Now I will create another test plan. Here what we can do is I will add 3 different thread groups. Thread group 1, under this thread group we will add a sampler. This is for view one we can for view product, add a product to the cart and checkout. For these 3 test cases we can add under different thread group. I will call it as view product, and we can copy this thread group again. This one we can call it as thread group 2, and this request we can call it as add product to cart, and this one we can call it as checkout, right? We can call it as thread group 3, right? Now I will add one listener here to view the result. Now here we have just added view product, add product to the cart and checkout. 3 different scripts we have added here. Assume I will add some sample URL here, right? But we can add the actual add to product script also here. That is not an issue, right? View product, and here also we can add this URL. I will add the same URL here also. This is for understanding purpose only. While you are doing a actual testing, you can add actual scripts, and you can add here actual script for checkout. Here you can add an actual script for add to cart. Here you can add the actual script for view product. But I am just for understanding the include controller, I will just add a sample URL only now, right? So now we have added view product, add product to cart and checkout, 3 different requests. Before doing these actions or before executing these test cases, we know that we need to do login. What we can do, instead of copying a login script again and again here, we can use an include controller. For example, here I will right click, add logic controller, here include controller. I will move this above. Now we can include the login script that we have recorded earlier here, right? Login JMX, login.jmx, right? We have included the login script here, right? Include controller. It means it will do the login first and then view product. Similarly, I can also add one more include controller here. Just move the include controller above this request, and here also before adding the product to the cart we need to do login. We can use the login script here. Again, browse the login script and include the login script here. Similarly, before doing a checkout also we need to do the login. What we can do, we can again have a include controller here as well, right? Include controller, I can include the login script here. Now what will happen is before executing this script, it will execute this one, login. Similarly, before executing add to product, it will execute the login here because it is calling a login script, this include controller. Similarly, before executing a checkout, it will execute this script in the include controller, that is login, right? Let us save this test plan, include controller, right? I will call it as include controller, save. Now let us execute and verify how it works. See here, login is executed first and then it is executing the other things like view product, checkout, add product to cart. And if you want to check the proper flow, then what we can do is we can check this checkbox, run the threads consecutively, that is 1 at a time, right? Then I will clear this and let us run again. See here, login, first login and then view product, again login, then add product to the cart, then again login and then checkout. It means in this way, using the include controller, we can reuse the existing JMX file, that is the existing script that we have already recorded, instead of copying it again, right? This will provide the reusable functionality, and each team member can work on different script, and then finally we can include or combine the script using include controller. Each member of the team can work on different parts, and finally we can combine the script using include controller. This is the use of include controller in JMeter. I have opened the pet store website. This is a sample shopping website or an e-commerce website. Here I will record the script for signing in or login first, and then we will record the script for checkout. Then we will understand how to use login script during checkout using the include controller. I will use BlazeMeter plugin to the Chrome browser for recording the script. We have already discussed about the BlazeMeter and how to record the script using BlazeMeter in one of our earlier lecture. Please go through that if you have not already gone through it. Now click on this extension, click on this BlazeMeter, provide the name as login, and click on this red button and start recording the login. Click on sign in and then provide the user ID and password. Click on login. Now login is done successfully. I will stop recording and let us extract this login script. Let us wait for the extraction to complete. Okay, now login script is recorded. Now I will record the script for checkout. Click on this red icon again, click on this red button again, and then click on any of this product here, then click on this product ID, click on add to cart, then click on this proceed to checkout, continue and confirm. So even you can log out as well here, click on sign out as well, right? And then stop the recording. So you can save this script as well in JMX format. Save this. Now we have recorded a script for login and checkout. Now let me open the JMeter and let us see how we can work with these scripts. So first I will open the login script that we have recorded. So this is the login script. This one I will rename it as open web page, and then open here I can say login page, perform login. I will rename this for easy understanding purpose. What I will do is, now I will add one test fragment here, because test fragment is I have added a test fragment because test fragment is necessary if we want to call this script or include this script in another test plan, and we will be calling this login script during checkout scenario as well. So I will copy these two under this test fragment, and I can disable this thread group now, no longer required, and our login script is recorded under this test fragment now. Now our login script is present under this test fragment. As we have discussed earlier, we need to include the script under test fragment if we want to call it in another test plan. So I will save this. Now I will open the checkout script that we have recorded. So this is the checkout script that we have recorded, right? What I will do is I will copy this under another thread group. I will add the thread group and I will copy this checkout scenario under another thread group. I will disable this first thread group, right? Now this is a checkout, right? Now what we can do is, before doing a checkout we want to do the login. Here we can call the login script that we have recorded earlier using include controller. Right click, add logic controller, include controller. Move this include controller up and browse this and include this login.jmx. Right, open this. Now I can also add one listener to view the result. Right, we'll save this and let us run and verify. Here our login script is there. After doing a login, it is doing a checkout. These are the steps for performing the checkout process. Right, let us run and verify whether it is working properly or not. So it started running. So here you can see first login is happening here, opening the login page and then login here, then it is clicked on product here and then product ID, it has clicked on product ID, then it has clicked on add to cart here, then it is providing the details here, all the checkout details. Right, here confirm order, and then finally we are clicking on the sign out and it came back to sign in page. Right, we have performed the sign out as well after doing the checkout. So in this way what we have done here is, while doing the checkout here, this is the checkout script. Right, doing a checkout we have called this include controller before that, and what we can do is we can add here one transaction controller here to combine the transaction. We can call it as checkout, and here include controller we can call it as login. Right, we can include all this script under this checkout controller as well. Right, now if we run again, let me clear this, let us run again. See here, open the login page and then perform the login will happen first. So now you can see first it is doing a login here and then adding the product to the cart here, and then finally it has done a confirmation here, this checkout, and then we are clicking on the sign out here, then it came back to sign in page again. So in this way what we have done is, this is a checkout transaction. Here we have used a include controller to call the another JMX file. In this way you can use the include controller to reuse the existing script wherever it is required. Suppose you want to do the login here and then do the search, then also you can call this include controller with the login script first, and after calling a include controller with the login script, then you can use the script for search. In this way you can use the include controller to reuse the existing script. Here before doing a checkout we need to do the login, so we have called the login script using include controller here, and then it is doing a checkout operation here. I will attach this script in the resource section for your practice and understanding purpose. Thank you for watching.